I really don't care what happens to her at all. I don't care. Like, everybody they tiptoe around with this social media. But what y'all don't get is that it be real consequence for y'all little flexes, y'all quick flexes for $300 that you need. It be consequences.
No one expected the night to end like this. Teyana Taylor just walked in on Iman, Shumpert and Aaron, Pierre's ex, together, in a hotel room. What was supposed to be a calm evening turned into total chaos. A screaming match broke out that was so loud, hotel staff had to intervene. And yes, someone recorded it. The footage is now circling every major gossip page. Fans are saying this betrayal cuts deeper than anything before. The internet can't stop talking about it, and the ripple effects have already started. From trust issues to explosive fallouts, this scandal has turned every head. So how exactly did this wild discovery go down? And what does it mean for everyone involved? Let's break it all down. Sources say Teyana was tipped off by an anonymous DM. It included the name of a hotel, a room number, and one chilling message: "You should see it for yourself." Teyana reportedly pulled up without telling anyone. She arrived alone, around midnight, wearing a hoodie and sunglasses. Once she got to the door, she heard laughter inside. She knocked, once. Then again, louder. The laughter stopped. When the door opened, she saw a woman in a robe. Standing just behind her? A shirtless Iman. Chaos began immediately. Teyana shouted, and voices were raised. The moment she feared the most had become real, right in front of her. Standing in a robe was none other than Aaron, Pierre's ex-girlfriend, the same woman who once dragged Teyana online. Teyana reportedly stood frozen for a second. She recognized the woman immediately and then locked eyes with Iman, who was clearly caught. "Are you kidding me?" was the first thing she screamed. The ex tried to close the door, but Teyana pushed it open. The tension in that moment was thick. Iman looked shocked but said nothing. It was betrayal from two directions, her past and her present. The whole scene played out like a movie, except no one wanted to be the star. A hotel guest from the next room started filming as the shouting intensified. "You disrespect me every time." Teyana screamed at Iman. He replied, "It's not what you think." But no one was buying it. The ex stood behind him, arms crossed, looking smug. Teyana kept shouting, demanding answers. Other guests peeked out of their rooms. Security was called after multiple complaints. But by the time staff arrived, the damage was done. Voices had been raised, secrets had been aired, and all of it was caught on camera, thanks to a hotel guest who didn't stop rolling. Within minutes, the hallway footage was uploaded to Twitter and Instagram. The clip racked up over 1.2 million views in just 3 hours. Fans began dissecting every second of it, from Teyana's voice to Iman's shocked expression. Memes exploded online. "Iman really invited Aaron's ex to a hotel," became the leading caption. Even verified celebs started commenting. The video was raw, chaotic, and painfully real. There was no PR spin, no filters, just the messy truth in high definition. And the internet devoured every frame. Aaron Pierre didn't take long to respond. Just hours after the footage went viral, he posted a cryptic Instagram story. "So that's why she went quiet after Miami," it read. Fans believe he was implying his ex was cheating on him with Iman. Not long after, Aaron unfollowed Iman and deleted all their group photos. The message was clear: a friendship had been broken. Fans were stunned to see the drama leap from Teyana's love life into Aaron's as well. The betrayal wasn't just romantic, it was personal, layered, and bitter. Teyana's sister didn't hold back. She went live on Instagram that same night, defending her sister. She walked in on TWO people who betrayed her. "Let that sink in," she said, visibly angry. She went on to say that Teyana had been nothing but loyal, only to be blindsided like this. She then posted a quote, "Loyalty is rare. Betrayal isn't." The comments exploded with support, fire emojis, and messages of solidarity. The Taylor family made it clear they were standing strong, and they were not going to stay silent. Aaron's ex decided to speak out too. Just when things had started to cool down a little, she resurfaced with a TikTok video that reignited the drama. In the video, she tried to take a calm, explanatory tone, attempting to clear the air. "We were just talking," she said, downplaying any suggestion that something inappropriate had happened between her and Iman. She went on to explain that the hotel room that sparked much of the controversy wasn't even about them. It had allegedly been booked by Iman for a business thing, not a romantic meetup. Her attempt at damage control might have worked under different circumstances, but this wasn't a crowd that was easy to convince. Fans weren't buying it. Almost immediately, social media users began digging through her old posts, comments, and tweets. It didn't take long before receipts started resurfacing, screenshots of her past interactions with Iman that didn't quite match her current version of the story. In one tweet, she had referred to him as low-key fine, a comment that suddenly carried a lot more weight in the context of current events. DMs also surfaced showing her initiating flirty conversations with him, contradicting the innocent, hands-off narrative she was now trying to push. The backlash came quickly and without mercy. People flooded the comments of her video, calling her out for the contradictions. "Sis, you exposed yourself more than you saved yourself," one viewer wrote, capturing the general mood of skepticism and frustration. What she had intended as a defense ended up adding fuel to the fire. Instead of shifting the narrative, she became part of the scandal herself. Her credibility took a major hit, and the public labeled her another player in a messy web of lies and deception. Meanwhile, Teyana made her next move, and she didn't need to say a word. Without any dramatic statements or emotional confessions, she started deleting content from her social media pages. Fans who had been following her closely noticed the changes within minutes. Photos with Iman, gone. Any recent posts that mentioned Aaron, erased. Stories that had previously shown her spending time with either of them were no longer available. It was a subtle but deeply intentional act, one that sent a loud message without ever needing to be explained. Speculation began immediately. Digital detox or full-on breakup, one comment read, echoing the question everyone was asking. But to many, it didn't feel like a detox. It felt like a purge. A cleansing of anyone and anything that no longer served her peace. The silence spoke volumes. There were no cryptic captions or vague tweets. Just the quiet erasure of connections that no longer felt authentic. Fans interpreted it as a reclaiming of power, an act of emotional self-preservation. As Teyana retreated from the noise to refocus on herself, her fans leaned in closer, rallying around her with surprising speed and intensity. The #TeamTeyana began trending across TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. Edits of her past interviews, where she spoke about loyalty, boundaries, and healing from betrayal, were clipped together and set to emotional music. Twitter threads chronicled her journey from rising star to cultural icon, emphasizing her strength and resilience. "She deserves better" became the go-to comment across platforms, used under almost every post that referenced her. Public support quickly transformed from casual sympathy to a full-on movement. Celebrities began chiming in too. Taraji P. Henson and SZA were spotted liking posts in support of Teyana, a silent but clear signal of solidarity. Influencers made videos praising how she handled herself with grace and class in the midst of chaos. Fans weren't just watching from the sidelines, they were participating, advocating, and protecting her narrative. This wasn't just tabloid fodder anymore. It had become something bigger, a public reckoning and a call for better treatment of women who are too often disrespected and expected to remain silent. As the energy built in support of Teyana, Iman began feeling the consequences. The fallout wasn't limited to public opinion. It had real, tangible effects on his professional life. A fashion brand that had just announced a collaboration with him suddenly wiped all promotional content from their pages. No explanation was given, but the timing said everything. Another sneaker deal that had been in development was reportedly on hold, according to insiders familiar with the situation. Brands were quietly pulling away, not wanting to be associated with the negative press surrounding his name. What had once been a promising year of brand deals and growth for Iman was starting to fall apart. He went from being a rising influencer and style icon to someone whose presence made companies uncomfortable. The shift was fast and brutal, driven by both fan outrage and corporate caution. No one wanted to be the brand that ignored the headlines. No one wanted to be seen siding with someone accused of disrespecting women, especially not in a digital landscape that demands accountability and quick responses. In sharp contrast, Teyana saw the opposite effect. Her follower count skyrocketed, over 200,000 new followers in just 24 hours. The engagement on her brand partnerships exploded. Comments poured in under every sponsored post, praising her strength, encouraging her to keep going, and reaffirming her worth. "You're glowing differently now," one person wrote, and it wasn't just about aesthetics, it was about energy, about reclaiming power, about moving forward. Her image, far from being tarnished, became even more beloved. She was seen not as a victim, but as a woman who had the strength to walk away from what no longer served her. Her silence was interpreted not as weakness but as maturity and self-respect. She had managed to do something many celebrities struggle with: let the facts speak for themselves while maintaining dignity and grace. This moment marked a turning point not just in the scandal, but in the public's understanding of who Teyana was. She wasn't just the girlfriend caught in the middle of messy drama. She became a symbol of self-respect, of choosing peace over chaos, and of understanding one's worth even when the world is watching. Her fans didn't just support her, they celebrated her. And that celebration came with tangible results. More engagement, more attention, and more love than ever before. In the end, the contrast between Iman and Teyana was stark. One watched as his credibility and career opportunities slipped away, while the other rose above the chaos, emerging even stronger than before. The public had made their choice, and their voices were loud, clear, and united. Teyana was the one they were rooting for. As if things weren't bad enough, a gossip blog dropped receipts that made everything worse. Photos surfaced showing Iman and Aaron's ex in the same city weeks earlier. One follower submitted a pic of them together at a lounge, just 3 weeks before the hotel incident. That meant this wasn't a one-time business meeting. It was a pattern. A long-running betrayal. She caught him late, but at least she caught him, one fan tweeted. And that, for many, was the real heartbreak. From a late-night tip-off to viral footage, this scandal hit Teyana Taylor from every direction. Iman and Aaron's ex didn't just break trust, they ignited a wildfire. Teyana's response, though, silent, strong, and full of grace. Fans are watching closely, waiting for her next move. Will she speak out publicly, file legal action, or rise above it all and rebuild stronger than ever? One thing is certain: this chapter has changed everything. The internet has picked a side, and the fallout is still unfolding. Stay tuned, because the drama? Far from over.